What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. Let's welcome in James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel.
Hello. Hey. Hello, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Show my girl some love.
Please do, please do. Also, be sure to see the links in the description of this video. There's a link to James's channel. It is the only link in the description. Click it, subscribe. Housewives of Potomac is back. He'll be going over that on Monday. He'll also be joining myself and Shayna_MCD to go over a live just discussing relationships and reality TV. And we just completed Bell Collective, which is back, and Salt Lake City he does, so tap in. I will be on his channel likely for the bulk of the fall and the winter because all of his shows are back. All of my shows are going away temporarily, so please tap in. But we're here to go over Deb's house, y'all, and my braids is itching like crazy, so I'm sorry in advance. But I'm just gonna get into this episode. This was an episode of reflection. It seemed I could have done without it, but I guess WeTV felt like they had to keep the episode. I really think Kim leaving messed up how they were going to handle the episodes. Like, it has to be that because there's nothing else for me that would make sense. But go ahead, James.
I was going to say, to me, it felt like, because I wrote in my notes here, I was reading it. I said, to me, it felt like Kim won the competition. And her deciding to bow out was not part of the agreement. Like, nobody knew she was going to do that. And that's why Deb had to talk to her and everything. Because it's like, it's given, it's in the contract that she won the competition.
Yep.
That's exactly what this is giving.
Contract. Because why else would Miss Deb be so upset?
Not only that, but then it's like, why have the private conversation? If she wants to go home, she should be able to go home, right? Like, why are you so irritated with her? Why are you sticking your neck out so much for her? And that's why I say it's given that she was supposed to win the competition regardless of everybody else.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially considering what happened last season with Rocky leaving, coming back, and then ended up to win. I think Miss Deb chooses who she wants to win or tries to get people that she's interested in or is already working with on the show. Like, Miss Deb keeps doing these things and making scandals of her own show, and then she tries to blame other people, and I don't like that because it's really her. Like, Kim should have never been in this competition. If you wanted to manage Kim, manage Kim. But Miss Deb ain't managing nobody. This is all for show, in my opinion, and I don't think it's fair to the women on the show. But Deb is talking to Kim about leaving. We all knew that Kim was going to leave. Miss Deb is calling Kim weak. But honestly, in my opinion, the whole season, Kim has come across as weak. She was easily influenced by some girls that are young enough to be her children. She allowed them to take away her positive mindset. She allowed them to remove her from enjoying the competition. She also had an entitled attitude. So I think that also, adds to James's point of she was probably the one who was arranged to, that was supposed to win the competition. But I agree with Miss Deb. Kim quitting wasn't about gospel, but Kim quitting definitely impacted you personally. Do better. Now, Kim does admit at the end to lying about gospel music and saying she just feels like she don't belong there. But Kim, you just expose yourself as, in addition to being weak, in addition to being difficult to work with, in addition to being someone that doesn't work well in groups with others or collaborates well, now you've exposed yourself as a liar. And just because you admit that you was lying, girl, don't mean we just going to accept it. You should have been fucking gone. You should have been gone. But honestly, Miss Deb, to use AJ as an example was bad too, because AJ shouldn't have stayed that long. There were other people that just did better that should have stayed, and Miss Deb failed this. I want real fucking judges, not this. Because Miss Deb doesn't know what she's doing, and it's clear. And she could say, oh, look at this career. Until this lady could show me a career that has the success of Gucci Mane or Nicki Minaj that she has worked with in the last 5 years, she's not relevant in terms of success. She's just maintaining her money and relationships well. That's how I feel. Did you want to add anything about?
No, that was exactly what I think. I feel like this is one thing I'm gonna say about this whole situation is that it makes not only the contestants inauthentic, but it also makes Deb inauthentic as well. Because what are you really doing? Because what if these women actually believe that you can take their career to the next level and they give you their time? A lot of them are saying that they, have nothing to go back to because of this competition. A lot of the women are saying that, they're trying to get their parents out the hood and stuff like that. So it's like these people are looking at this opportunity as the opportunity to get them out of their current position. So you're also giving false hope to the contestants who feel like they have a chance, when really they probably, if Kim was in the right state of mind, they probably wouldn't have had a chance if it was going to automatically be given to her, which I feel like it was. This is my opinion. So
I agree. I definitely agree. This season, in some ways, was a flop. I'm still going to root and see who's going to win, but bringing Rocky back doesn't show me what Miss Deb has done for Rocky's career. Rocky was hustling and out there known prior to being on Miss Deb's platform. Not too many more people seem to know her. I don't see a great amount of difference in how many followers she has on Spotify. I'm not seeing her collabs get better. Like, anything that Rocky has in terms of the season 1 winner, I feel like Rocky's success is based on Rocky, not Miss Deb, if that makes sense. So moving forward, we see Audrey, her sister is lifting her up, the sister that went home, Nia, the Holloway sisters. I thought that was positive. I'm not going to get too much into it. Most of this episode, y'all, was phone calls. So I'm going to take the time and shout out Shani because I appreciate her being here, being first. Thank you for supporting the live. Everybody else who is here and watching, I also appreciate you guys, whether you comment or not. You matter. I appreciate everybody for supporting what we do. Let's get back into this dry ass episode, which is crazy because it's been a good season. It has. I don't like how Miss Deb handled the competition as it relates to the talent that is there. All of these women are so talented that they deserve their due diligence and a fair chance to actually win something that is viable and will help their career. I don't feel like Miss Deb can do that, but it is what it is. Amber then calls her mom, and Amber says she's from the hood. She's from LA. I'm from California. The people in the hood in LA got a different people in the hood out here in the Bay. The people in the hood in the Central Valley from Stockton to Fresno got a different vibe than the people in the hood, in other parts of Cali. So California is very diverse. It's very nuanced with all the hoods. People in LA, especially where Amber claims to be from South Central, they could be rougher. They could be harder in the exterior, like with each other. They come off as mean, but they're not, if that makes sense. But they are rougher. So I do feel like some of that culture impacts how Amber's mom addresses her. But I think Amber's mom, because they connected something that didn't make sense. Now, Amber's autistic, so she has a different response and sensory things. And, she's just impacted differently for the regular person. But she points out that her mom triggered her as well as Dacia triggering her. And it just seems like her mom was hard on her, didn't care too much for the competition, just looking to criticize her versus supporting her. And yes, you can have an autistic child and still be difficult, but Amber lost her mind after talking to her mom, and I can understand why she's so sensitive. Like, even speaking, I want to win because I want to get my family out the hood. It's not your responsibility to get your family out the hood. It's not your responsibility to do anything for the hood. If you choose to, that's nice, but your responsibility is you. That's it. You don't got a kid. You ain't got no husband, Amber. Your responsibility is you. So I was looking at her like, girl, you shut down for your mama, but I'm not surprised. And I don't think her mom will change. How'd you feel about it, James?
I agree. I feel like because there's not much hope and dreams for a lot of people in just today's society, whether regardless if you're from the hood or from the suburb, life in today's time is teaching you that hopes and dreams only happen for certain people. So when you stumble across an opportunity that even gives you the glimpse of hope that there could be more, you do feel like it's your responsibility and some, attribute of guilt to then make a way for the people that you can bring with you, like your mother, like your father. But what kids don't understand And I guess she is, on the spectrum of autistic. I totally get that. But what kids don't understand is that your parents had choices the same way you have choices. If their choice was to sit where they are, it's not your responsibility to remove them from the choice that they made. It's their responsibility to sit with the choice that they make. Now, I'm not saying don't help your parents. No, definitely help, especially if you willingly can. But don't feel like it's your place or your job to remove them or make it to your mission to remove them from a place that isn't metaphorically or even literally safe for them to be at. Don't feel like it's your responsibility to do that, because it's not. And our parents sometimes can guilt us into believing that they don't necessarily have to say it, but they can make it metaphorically in our minds obtainable that if we have a gift or we have something that can get them out, they'll use that to their advantage, because they know that the mindset that they taught you is to get them out if you do make it. So I say to people, live your life for you. And if you have the room and the capacity to remove your parents from a situation, then that's when you do it. But if you're just making it yourself and you have an extra 150K, that is for you to enjoy, and that is for you to have. That is not for you to use to get your parents out of wherever they're at. They're fine where they're at because that's where they chose to be.
Yep. They did not raise us to take care of them. That should be a choice. That's simple.
Exactly.
But moving forward from Amber, because she goes and sulks in her room as she does, and she does need to work on her emotions, because you cannot lean on your disability as something to always get you out of it. I think this show has shown Amber that not everybody's going to give a fuck about it. Some people still going to be and treat you rotten regardless of what you go through. So I do hope that she starts to attain some better emotional control. Definitely.
I agree.
And she's still my favorite in terms of her voice. Her voice is unique. It's a force, and I love her to death.
It gives me like Leela James. Like, it reminds me of that.
Yeah, she's so good. She's just so good that she could do anything. The most talented people are often the most emotionally triggered too. It's like a pattern. So I'm not surprised. But the next phone call we see is Ashley trying to call her girlfriend. Now this bitch did the shadiest stuff. Ashley's girlfriend picked up the phone just to hang up. Now, I don't know if y'all know, it is 2025, but at least for the past 20 years, we've got the ability to block people that we don't want to talk to. We have the ability to hit the red decline button. We have the ability to put a phone on do not disturb. Ashley, what's going on in your relationship, baby? Because this shit looks toxic. Now, I just felt like that was petty. You don't want to talk to her, fine, but to answer the phone and then directly hang up on her when you know she want to talk to her kids, you know she want to get updates, you know she's somewhere alone, competing when she don't know people, risking stuff, not making money to be there, and you can't support her. Like, I don't get that. Like, I remember being on a work trip years ago. My job sent me to Minnesota to work. Me and my husband was having an argument or something before I went. Something went wrong out there. My job played with my stipend. And so didn't have no money to eat at the time because I was a new employee. Called my husband, put all of that stuff to the side to Western Union me some money so I could eat for the rest of my trip. Like, that's what your spouse is supposed to do. Yes. If you away on business or doing something that supports your dream, put the bullshit to the side and support your person. Because she gonna know you're not happy, but at least you're making the effort. So I was annoyed with Ashley's girlfriend for that. But Audrey pointed out a good thing after discussing like Ashley's relationship. It comes out that this is the girlfriend that supported Ashley through her cancer. She had fought breast cancer, spoke about having a double mastectomy, and is now going after her dreams. Her story is inspiring, so I will give her that. But Audrey did have a good point. Maybe Ashley feels indebted to her spouse to deal with the toxic bananas bullshit because she had cancer and she supported her. It's okay to let go of people who were once there for you. Ashley, I don't know if you're watching this. I don't know if you're still together. And I am not downing Ashley's girlfriend because she probably is a good person. But when you're in a relationship with people and it's not in a good space, it's very easy for those toxic patterns and things to come about. But just because she stood by Ashley with the cancer doesn't mean that they are meant to be together forever. It doesn't mean that. And Ashley should not feel indebted to her, and I hope she doesn't. But I do hope because of that bond that they got, I do hope that they're able to figure it out. But if someone can't be there for you during something that big, then to me, it's not worth it. But how do you feel about Ashley's situation?
I agree with you. And that's a lesson that I'm still learning even to this day. Like, as far as like being there for people, being indebted to people just because they help you throughout certain times, I'm learning that myself. Like, it's okay to walk away from people regardless of what they've done for you. It's okay to walk away from people when they're no longer being the good to you that they once were. Like, you have to understand that sometimes timing is the real true teller of a lot of different circumstances and situations. And if it took an opportunity for you, which took you away from your everyday life, and that changes the shift in dynamic, that means your relationship didn't have a strong foundation, regardless if she helped you with cancer or not. It was going to come a point in time where she was going to tap out. And this was the opportunity to tap out, because it would have been more fucked up. And she tapped out taking you to chemo or walking you through your cancer. That's when it would have been fucked up. But it's, it's not fucked up because at the end of the day, she found her way out. And I think that this really what this is, for her, a way out, because you're not there anymore. And now she can use that as, well, you chose to leave. It's very petty. It's very stupid. But at the end of the day, just to teach you a valuable lesson, regardless of who's there for you, that's just a God sent in them to be there through your time of need and to replenish you, and then bounce, go. And I'm sure there were other signs. I'm sure she had signs in the moments of you getting well, that she probably wanted out, because that was disrespectful. How dare you pick up the phone? I'm trying to talk to you. I could see your head and you just hang up.
Petty.
It's like how dare you?
You're grow up.
Right.
Your girlfriend, I'm sorry if the girlfriend come across this, or if Ashley comes across this, hell, sorry to you both, but I don't need to know the ins and outs and what happened or didn't happen. If you love someone, you support their dream, and you could come back and address the stuff when you're at home and have the ability to address it. Don't add stress to somebody when they're chasing their dream. Just don't do that. You like it now. If Ashley was working to drive through a Wendy's or something, that'd be different. Okay, but she's trying to do something bigger. Leave her alone. Don't come with the bullshit. Now, next thing we see, and pretty much the end of the episode, was Roger McKenzie, a well-known and respected celebrity stylist, comes to style the women for the R&B ball, which is the finale that Debs have, where the women are going to perform. We're going to see who's chosen and who will win the season. Now, Ashley got emotional during the dress part because she did have a double mastectomy. I think that's probably the biggest lesson she'll learn. Just because your breast was removed does not make you any less beautiful. It does not make you less of a woman. As a woman with breasts, if I had to go through that, I would probably feel the same way. So I don't judge Ashley at all for her feelings, but I'm glad that she was able to feel pretty. It was real. It was emotional. And I hope that she understands that. And I hope all women understand that you can be beautiful without having to shake your ass, show your ass, or share some ass. You can still be sexy and beautiful. So good for them with the dresses. I agreed with all of the dress choices. The women didn't go to get hair and glam done. Now, I'm thinking of Top Model. I grew up in an era where we watched ANTM, America's Next Top Model, with Tyra. And that was where all hell broke loose. People was getting their head shaved, weaves put in. One of the girls had a weave put in and ended up passing out. The weave actually saved her life from sustaining a serious brain injury. So I guess it was useful. But I knew somebody was going to freak out, and I knew it would be Amber. Amber is the one woman here with her hair out. Is her hair. You could tell that she's artistically creative, and she expresses herself with her clothing. And I love it. I actually think Amber's style doesn't need to be touched personally. Amber told them not to cut her hair, and they didn't, but they insisted on putting a weave in her hair. She's never had a weave or extensions. For those who don't know what that feels like, it feels like with each braid, if you've never had one, like your hair is breaking. Like the tightness is not healthy. Braids are okay sometimes, but the tension is not good on our hair. It's just not. Even I have to take off my braids every now and so often. It does happen. I go into hiding, but it comes out. So I can understand Amber not doing that or wanting to deal with it. So she lets them put the stuff in her hair, but she gets home and she takes it out. She said that mess hurt. I agreed. Your hair do hurt. I wish somebody would have prepared her. Like, if you know this is this girl's first time getting any type of extension or braid put in her hair, give her some secrets. Take a hot towel, as hot as you could stand it, bring it out, and then put that towel over your braids. The steam will help loosen them up and help with the pain a little bit. There are several things that you can do to relieve some of that pain. I don't think her first time should have been for a show. And Miss Deb, no shade, your stylist should be fired. The stuff that they put on you scares me sometimes. You don't went from looking like Mr. Stuffaluffagus from Sesame Street to one of the twin dragons from that show Dragon Tales back in the 90s to looking like Baby Bop from Barney. There was a lot that goes on with Miss Deb's outfits and how she's styled. So I was looking at her like, okay. Miss Deb does call the women on a tablet. Amber comes down and the hair's out of her hair. And Miss Deb was upset. She was like, why would you do this at the end? And if you cannot adapt, then why are you somebody that I would want to work with? Miss Deb is dated. The industry is not like that no more, Miss Deb. Gen Z, in this time that we're in now, want people to express themselves. Look at Uzi Vert. He wants to be called they, them, even though he has a girlfriend, and paints his fingernails and wears skirts. And he is accepted in the hip hop community and beyond. Tyler, the Creator. There are several people who do not look like what they should look like. Chica, female rapper. Large, Lizzo, same thing. Not everybody has to conform to what's popular to fit in anymore, especially in R&B and hip hop. A lot has changed. So this is why I was on Amber's side with the, if she doesn't want to change her hair, she shouldn't fucking have to. And the girl says she don't even let her mama touch her hair because when she do, it breaks off. The girl's hair is healthy. It's her own. It's dyed in colors that make sense, and she knows how to style it. If someone don't want to do something with their body, I don't think we should make them change it. And I don't think that you have to conform and do what somebody wants you to do with your hair and makeup just to be viewed as someone easy to work with in the industry. It's not like she's saying don't do it and refusing to get done up. She's saying don't do it. I can do it myself. What's the problem? So the episode pretty much ends with that. We're going to see what happens next week. I was annoyed with this episode though, because that's literally all I have to talk about. So James, I'll get your opinion on the hair and then I guess we're done. That's it.
I feel like this. I feel like I agreed with Amber. I feel like don't change my look. I can do it myself. I feel like I wish she would have did that before she got the extensions, before she got like, all of that. I wish she would have been like, hey, look, I'm being serious. But she didn't. I feel like, but they still did it anyway.
She said she would try it, is the thing.
But she knew.
Did try it. She did try it. And she probably didn't know the pain that she would feel afterward. But so that's the thing.
I feel like
changing your appearance, people need to be told, how would you like it? And then let the stylist work with them. But don't just do something to them they don't want.
I agree with you. I do. But I feel like for me, I wish she wouldn't have said, let me just try it out and I wish, because she goes against her gut a lot. Like she does. She goes against her gut a lot. And this was another example of her doing that. She knew that shit wasn't going to be right. So that's why I just feel like for me, never go against your word. Like, better, like regardless of, this opportunity. And for Deb to then come at her, I was like, Deb, is that a weave in your head? Because that looked like a wig you just plumped on your head. It's different. It's very different than someone getting a sew-in. So stop. With all this. And you talking about some hair where we got bald-headed women, literally Cynthia Erivo. Like, look at her. She ain't got no hair on her head.
Miss Deb is dated. Miss Deb is basically doing this show the way stuff used to be done, but the way stuff used to be done is not the way that we're still doing stuff. A lot has changed. People value their independence. People value their choice to express themselves in the way that they want. And to tell someone that because you don't want to put a weave in your hair, it's making you look difficult to work with. It's the same thing as telling dark girls in the 90s that it would be harder for them to come up, or telling bigger people that they're going to have trouble succeeding, or as mad as Miss Deb got about Kim having to hear that her age was a problem. people have a right to express themselves. Some stuff I think you should leave alone. And I think that the industry is trying to change the narrative of you have to change yourself to be accepted. Because what makes it easier for you to be accepted and remembered in the industry is standing out in what makes you uniquely you. People tell me all the time, I'm sick of braids. Change it. Okay. I'll go from twist and I'll put in some knotless bohos, or I'll go from that and put in some Jada set it off. I'm gonna change the braid, but I'm not gonna change what you want me to change just because. Hell, I was mad at Ashley for letting them take them bohos out her hair because I know they either costed her a lot of money or took some time to put in. But Miss Deb is trying to take a bunch of moments from other shows and put them into this to make her own show. But I don't see her doing the work that a manager does to make an artist relevant. I just don't. But
I don't think any of us see it that way. I just think we just see someone who has an idea of what they want and is just running with it. And it's like,
yeah.
But how does that work for everybody else? Is the question. Like, yeah, you may be at a point in time, and this is why Mrs. Best says she's dated, because she is. It's like no one thinks like that. No one is like that. And this is why you probably don't have success with R&B, because you don't know what you're doing.
She don't have it with rap either. And that's the thing. She don't have it with rap either. Miss Deb needs to realize that she needs to show us doing something. I would prefer to get a Deb show showing her day-to-day as it relates to her managing artists. Give us something like that, or a special, since she clearly has a contract with WIG TV. But I don't like that people talented are coming into this wasting time. I don't know who's going to win, but we will be here again. I believe it's next week for the Debs House season finale. We will be here on Saturday going over that, as well as Braxton family, or I'm sorry, the Braxtons, whatever the fuck they call themselves now, aka Team Tamar. That'll be on James's channel, because Tamar is standing up against a predator and the rest of the family is protecting one. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. It was a very short recap. We're under 30 minutes. James, do you have anything you want? Any emotional outburst or anything?
No, because to me, it was kind of like, we've seen this all before. So, WIG TV, I guess, good job on trying to make some shit stretch.
Yeah. And I will be, in the meantime, because this show is going away, I'm also going to have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta going away, and I'm not sure when Miami's coming back. To make up for the emptiness with my shows and to keep up with content, I will start doing some like little podcast and fun discussions with James. Since we always go off topic anyway, maybe I'll have a little section on my channel called Off Topic and make it discussions.
That would be fun.
Yeah, but I'm going to do stuff like that in the meantime. But I do encourage everybody, please check the link in the description of this video. Please support my friend. He's actually good at what he does. I'm not just saying it because he's a friend. He's got books you can buy, books you can read, content, pop culture, all of that. Please tap in with him. Other than that, we will see you guys next time and give you back your Saturday. Make good choices. Thug Life. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, James. And I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.